There is a lot of talk in the town is about how to improve your interview skill so you can get the job. So even there's a lot of guru are talking about things like fake it until you make it. But over all these things, doing what? Making the job or the hiring manager is really hard to pick the right candidates. So the question is about who is the hiring manager? The hiring manager is not somebody who works in the HR department. The hiring manager is someone who is recruiting a new team member for their own team. So like an example, a marketing leader, a project manager, or even sales manager as an IT manager, all are actually a hiring manager when they are recruiting someone into their team. Earlier part of my career, when I was started to take my hiring manager role, and luckily I stumbled in these two insights which really become my wake-up call that time, and that really shaped my way of thinking why interview skills as a hiring manager matters to me. The first one, the hiring manager having the right interview skills of recruiting the right talents, they are most likely to get 25% more likely to get promoted in the organization. The second one was even more direct. The second one clearly showed to me this one. The hiring manager who has the right skill set, they tends to get 10 to 15% more salary compared to their peers who does not have these skill sets. So fast forward now, as a business leader or business owner or a founder, I found out this in the hiring manager skill set is still very important, and that's what these are the two insights I want to share with you. So the first one is about the managers and the leaders who has the right interviewing skill sets. They can reduce the turnover rate of the organization by 39%. That is almost more than 1/3, right? And there is a direct correlation between the right skill sets for hiring managers and the profitability. And that's what it is. It's the companies where the hiring managers has the right skill set to onboard the right talent for their team, they basically outperform their competitors by 24% in terms of profitability. I'm not talking about revenue, it's directly on the profitability. Should we learn how to run effective interviewing session as a hiring manager? I personally believe this one. We spending way too much time how to get selected as a candidate or get the job. And that's what makes the dynamics significantly more challenging for the hiring manager to pick the right talents. Because like I say, a lot of guru keep showing all the tricks and hacks to train the people how to get the roles by faking all the way up. So the hiring manager really need to have the right skill sets to onboard the right talent into the organization. So the question is about how do we do that? Is it possible? Building the team with the right team member is the number one priority for every hiring managers, because that's actually become the bottom line how much the team can achieve forward. I became the manager at the age of 23 in a foreign country. I became the senior manager at the age of 25, and I became the director at the age of 29. I was leading 160 people in a nationwide organization. And then, not only that, by this time I was also leading another nonprofit of 300 plus members as well too. So through the ACT process, I was interviewed thousands of people, and my number one aspect is about how do I onboard the right team member in my organizations, so as a team, we can try forward and become a rock star into the organization. I'm flexing all this number to make a point with you is this. How do I really do that? Was there a magic? The question is about, no, there was no magic into it. So what I was doing is I was really focused about learning. I was taking hundreds of books or reading about interviewing skills and leaderships. I was taking courses, I was working with the mentors. And through that aspect, I was learning different skill sets and applying them in my own interviewing process to see this one, am I picking up the right talents, or is it making it easier for me to identify the right talents or not? And then I go back and I keep iterating over and over in process. I progress really fast in my relationship roles because on those roles, my number one priority is about learning and adapting all the related skill sets which help me to demonstrate and build up a great and productive and effective team which provide a great outcome for the organization. And through that journey, my number one priority was about selecting and onboarding the right talent for my team. By utilizing these skills or tool of interviewing skill set as a hiring manager really helped me to identify the right talent when I'm meeting tens or 15s of candidates and cut through the noise. So through that aspect, my goal is to about identifying the right attitudes with the right skill sets and see them as a beacon with hundreds of candidates and finally onboard them so they can contribute in the right amount in the right time to make the team successful. I can identify the beacon among all those candidates I'm meeting during the interviewing process and see their right attitudes and right skill sets and then onboard them in the organization, in my team, so they can thrive forward and make the team a winning team. This is hard and this is to be challenging and often confusing. I agree with you. That's why I spend thousands of hours learning different courses, working with the mentors, reading different books to identify and sharpen my skill set as a hiring manager to onboard the right talents to my team. Do you feel or hearing things about your team like this? We have a wrong team. My team is not understanding the goal. My team not understanding the objective. My team is not motivated. The team is not achieving the objectives. The team is underperforming. The team is often missing the deadlines. The team member doesn't want to grow and get more bigger things done with the team. These are all the signs showing this one that the team leader or the manager onboarded a wrong team members into the team. And the number one reason they onboarded the wrong team member into the team is about they have lack of interviewing skill set to onboard the right team member. Interviewing skill as a hiring manager is a very powerful skill because by utilizing this skill set, a leader, a manager can hire and recruit the right team members under him or her, which actually produce outstanding outcome for the organization and make it all great for the whole team, including the hiring manager. Because a capable team can turn an impossible to very possible. And that's why having the interviewing skill set for hiring manager is a must-have skill set in this present era. So during my learning journey, I realized this one is about learning need to be fun and we need to feel good about what we're learning about. That's why all my learning I packaged together in a fun way and feel-good manners into this program. This program is going to multiply your skill set as a hiring manager so you'll be able to identify through your interviewing skill set to form a rockstar team moving forward. And not only that, through that aspect, I'm going to save a lot of your time to acquiring this skill set called interviewing skill set for hiring manager compared to any other source you can imagine about. Let me unpack this one more thing. This is not just an online course where you watch video and you just learn by yourself. For me, learning a lot is often not fun. So in this program, you will have an exclusive access to a paid community for 6 months long. And in this community, one of the best part is about any kind of particular challenge you're facing, any promise you are making, you are going to make a post into the community and you can get an advice from me and also from all the other community members. These communities are not just place where you come and ask questions, but it's also giving advices, giving inputs, running polls, all those things you will be doing. And plus on top of it, I will be sharing quite regularly different kind of advanced tools and templates and approaches and idea into the community as well too. So like I say, it's a paid community and the membership fees is around $200 to $150 every month right now. But this is already included inside your course fee right now for 6 month exclusive access to you. I clearly understand one thing, your network is your net worth. So now one of the best advantage for you is you can utilize your community, you can give inputs, you can answer other people's idea, and this way you get an idea of things, how it's looking like on the old shoe as well too. And through this one you accumulate more skills, and through this one you create more friends and you expand your networks. And that's why I say this one, you expand your net worth as well. Learning from other mistakes is a great thing, but also learning from other problems is also a great thing too. So now when we're learning alone, we just only see the world in our own eyes. But now when we see how other people facing and seeing this world in different way, and that is a great leverage for us to learn things faster and deeper. And that's what you're going to get by seeing all the different posts, by answering different other challenges program into the community so you can learn faster, and it brings your level of skill set and depth to understand even better. Okay, whenever I'm learning a part of the skill, often I have some my own very personal issue, and sometimes I cannot share it with some other people directly into the community. And another thing is about sometimes I want to have my own personalized call so I can have direct inputs on my specific challenge as well too. And that's why I prefer having a one-on-one conversation with my trainer and coach to expand my any particular skills as well too. And here's the thing, you have a one-on-one session, one included with me in this session right into. So you have an access to the calendar and you can book any particular time slot and you can have that one-on-one call with me, and you can actually having the one-on-one call live with me. It's not a recorded, it's going to be a live session with me where you will be talking about your particular challenge. Not only that, I will be also briefing you and preparing you how you can prepare yourself for that one-on-one conversation with me so you can make the best out of it. Normally, my fees to having a one-on-one conversation is around $500 to $400, and this is already included this one-on-one session. So you don't have to pay any additional fees to have this conversation with me in this program, Meeting 4.0. One of the part of the thing is if I want to learn something, learning from the slide is often not effective. That's how often we learn in high school, we learn in universities too. So for me, I can learn somebody by having a great conversation with them and seeing my eye to their eye too. So in this program, I'm having a lot of productive conversation with you. I'll be having discussion with you, and we'll give you different case study with you. I'm going to give you different resources, templates, downloadable thing, and we'll be running things about like assessment too. So you'll be able to easily having all the things how would you need to do to build your skill set. And through that whole process, I'll be transferring this skill to you. And here's the thing, you always have an access for 6 months for community, and also you always have access to all those templates, tools, and resources too, so you can receive the skill in the program, and then you can keep using those skills to even level up your skill set. Because for me, I believe that skill is a highly scalable factor. So you can always use all those materials, like you mentioned, is the tools, templates, community, resources to keep scaling up your skill set through this program too. Often we find out in our career, building authority is important. Also building credibility is really important too. Like an example, if you're looking for a new job, everybody looking for your referees, everybody looking for what you have done, who actually talked positively about you too. And that's something I want to add value on you, because I've seen a lot of professionals are facing this problem. They don't have that social proof to show what they have done and what they actually belong to, because everything is their own mind and own head, right? So an interviewer or a recruiter often cannot see it. So in this program, as long you finish the program 100% and you make a post of announcement into this community, I'm going to give you personal recommendations to you into your LinkedIn profile publicly. So anybody, any recruiter who can see the recommendation letter from me and will be able to utilize and build credibility and more authority for you, so you can make a distinction compared to any other candidates who are also trying to pursue the career position or the promotions you're looking for. So one of the biggest problem of online courses, many of the learner cannot understand, are they learning, are they making progress? I'm completely obsessed about one thing. I want to transfer this skill from me to you. So this is the why I have to provide you a multiple assessment tool, which you will be running through the program to see how you're progressing. And you also using the tool to see how you have done before and how you are after finishing these courses as well too. And this is how I'm going to see the difference you make in your skill sets, so you can bring more values to your organization or project you're working on and move forward to a successful journey forward. So all this value is packaged together to this exclusive, very valuable program I have built it out for you. So for you can utilize it, use it as a lever to move up in your career and your life and become more and more successful. So what are you waiting for? Let's get started.